Hey, and we are live. Hey guys, welcome back. We are Tuesday, 1:02 p.m. and we are here. We are live. We're broadcasting live today. Hopefully, you guys are back. Um, hope you guys are doing okay. We're covering chapter 23, Texas and the Great Depression. Hey, what's up, guys? Steffi, Luz, Kanisha, Waffle. Hey, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, before we start, Isabella, hey, welcome. All right. Before we start, right, I wanted to do something a little different today. Let's see here if I can get it up. Way too many Waymans. Waymans. Hey, what's up, Ariel? Let's see here. All right, guys. So, hello, Samantha. All right, guys. So, if you have any questions right now, would be the time to to ask away your questions. Okay, that way that we can discuss them, and that way we can answer them before we start our lesson today. All right. Oh, that's right. Uh, Maddie, hi. And Andres Esquivel, comedy is hard work. Hey, Andres, happy birthday, buddy. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a great day. Hopefully, you get a nice cake, order some food. Sir, yesterday was my birthday. Isabella, happy birthday. I hope you had a great day as well. Okay. Aldo Sarabia, is that you in Top Branding? And then Aiden Rios, what's up, buddy? Okay. All right. So before we start, I just want to do something a little different today. Where we start our day, right? We had some questions. All right, questions. For the homework paper, take a picture and post it on Google Classroom. Yes, that is perfect. Awesome. It's your dog's birthday. Sweet. Happy birthday to your dog. JP, what's up, buddy? Sir, today is my birthday. Andres, we're going to have to check the validity of that. All right. So if you have any questions on the assignment, guys, right now would be the time to ask. Okay. Other than that, all right, let's do a little something different today. We're going to do something today in Texas history. Just a quick today in Texas history. Okay. Today on April 28th, right, in 1894, in Austin, Texas, the first issue of the weekly newspaper Rolling Stone was published. Okay. That was the very first. The paper was published by the William Snyder Potter, who was better known as O. Henry. In 1900, in McMahan, Texas, the Southwest Texas Sacred Harp Singing Convention was organized. That's something new for us there. And in 1933, Carol Jones was born in Amarillo. She went on to become a Hollywood star, appearing in over 30 movies, including The 7-Year Itch, which is a movie from 1955. Okay, that was today in Texas history. Okay, that way you know. Okay, so with that being said, guys, hey, let's go ahead and open up to chapter 23.B. Chapter 23B. Okay. So when we talk about the Great Depression, guys, okay, a lot of you guys, I got a couple messages, right? I got a few people asking me, hey, sir, the video, it's not going along with the worksheet. The worksheet is different. All you had to do, guys, remember, this was a 2-part video lesson. It was 2 papers within 1 video lesson, right? So this video lesson or this worksheet didn't start until about the 9:18, 9:17 mark. So that's when you had to fill it in from there. Okay. Coach, yes, I did, JP. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your hard work. Okay. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing. Okay. Yeah, I just want, you know what, before we even talk about this, I want to send you guys, all the students, a shout out, guys. I'm very proud of you guys. Some of you guys are doing really good work. I just ask that you remember, you mark as done, and you do that, okay? Anyways, all right. So we're talking about the drought, right? We're talking about essentially the depression, what's going on, and how in the world are we going to get out of this depression, right? So we have, to make things even worse, right? We have a drought in the 1930s. In the mid-1930s, a terrible drought hit Texas and other great Plains states, talking about the Midwest of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, the Missouri, all the central parts of the United States. This cost millions of acres of grassland that had been plowed to produce fierce dust storms called black blizzards. Okay. So yeah, there you go. The bell, buddy. I left the bell at home. I can't sing the bell for happy birthday. All right. For those of you who have had recent birthdays. Okay. So, this dust storm, these black blizzards, because of the dust, ends up being very horrific for the people of the Midwest and of Texas. This does not allow them to be able to crop or have agriculture as best of it, because they've gotten rid of what's known as topsoil. Okay. So with that, you have something called the Dust Bowl, right? Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico were affected by the drought and constant dust storms. People of the region ended up calling them the Dust Bowls, because of how often they would come by, how essentially how strong the winds were. They ended up giving them this name of Dust Bowls. Okay. So this is happening 2-3 years after the Great Depression has started, right? So remember last time we talked about how President Herbert Hoover was the one that essentially initiated, or was who was the man in charge, the president during the Great Depression, right? Well, the people ended up thinking, hey, this man failed us. This man let us down. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. So this man let us down, right? And he says, you know what? The people of the United States, we need a new president. We need somebody that's going to actually get us out of this dilemma that we are in as a country, right? This depression state, right? So since Herbert Hoover failed to bring the U.S. out of the Great Depression, almost 90% of Texans voted for Frank Delano Roosevelt, FDR, as mostly he is known, for the U.S. president in 1932. Okay, and what President Roosevelt ended up thinking was, okay, we need to institute new things, right? We need to introduce new laws, new programs, and that's what he comes up with, what's called as the New Deal. Okay, Roosevelt introduced new laws and programs called the New Deal to create jobs and provide relief during these Great Depressions. Okay, he cheered the U.S. with a campaign song, "Happy Days Are Here Again," right? And I am not a professional singer, so I will not be singing that for you, but I'm pretty sure that you can look it up on your favorite streaming video site. Okay, now with these New Deal programs, right, FDR provided help for farmers, okay, through the Soil Conservation Service, which taught farmers new ways to reduce loose dust and keep soil in place. Okay, this new Conservative Service Act, right, the Soil Conservation Service that he created, okay, what he did is essentially helped farmers, right, farming engineers, you could say, to come up with new techniques and ways so that not essentially just scraping the oil and that dust, creating those dust bowls, but coming up with new ways and techniques that essentially would conserve the soil and would not be the creation of these dust bowls. Okay. So he also created the Works Progressive Administration, the WPA, okay, which provided jobs to build schools, hospitals, parks, and dams, right? Water dams. So he comes up with another administration, right, that essentially creates jobs for the public service to be able to serve the community, a sense of, hey, we need to renovate the school. Boom, there's people for that. Hey, we need to put a park here for for the people, for the community, so they can get outside and be active. Boom, we can do that. Hey, if we put a water dam here, we can create more energy for this region or for that region, for this place. Then perfect, we can do that. There are people who are willing to work these jobs and people who want the jobs, right? And there's plenty of jobs for that to go around. So this was one of the very positive notes for the WPA, otherwise the Works Progression Administration, that was part of the New Deal by Franklin D. Roosevelt. Okay. Well, with this new success that FDR had come with, right? The New Deal created the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, a corporation that we still have to this very day because of the Great Depression. The FDIC, which insures deposits at member banks so people don't lose their money when their bank fails. Okay. The FDIC, you can still see it. Well, obviously, you're not going to go out as much anymore. But if you go to a bank's website, okay, if you go to a bank's website, you can actually see it. Okay, the FDIC there at the bottom. Okay, and there on your notes, you can see the little logo of what it looks like, right? So, with that being said, right, this protects you from not losing your money if you make a deposit. But remember, the bank, okay, the bank had to be a member of the FDIC. Okay, it had to be a member of it. Okay, what else did the New Deal bring? The New Deal brings is that child labor was also banned. No more kids going to work under the age, right? You weren't going to see 5, 6-year-old kids going to work. That was banned. And weekly work hours were now regulated in the sense of, hey, we might start seeing the introduction of the 40-hour work week, right? Where you can only work a certain amount of time. They weren't going to break your back in a sense. You can only work like that, right? So many amount of time. Although it did not end the Great Depression, the New Deal helped provide Americans basic needs, okay? Excuse me. And what it means by it helped provide basic needs, it's in a sense of these new deals, right? These new jobs, these new programs that the government was creating, essentially meant that that these people were in a sense now had a sense of hope, okay? The sense of hope that, hey, the government is trying to help us out now. Before, Herbert Hoover was in a sense, hey, he doesn't care. He's not going to help us out. He's the one that got us into this. FDR comes along and gives us the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? Here are some new opportunities. You guys want jobs? Here are some jobs. You guys want help? Here's help. Okay. Here is a chance now to try to rebuild yourself, right? That kind of gives us a reminder of where we're at right now, right? As you guys saw, Governor Abbott yesterday came out and say, hey, we're going to open up Texas here pretty soon, and it's going to happen within the next 3-4 days, guys. How that essentially will happen will be in the phase process, right? But there's people who want to go back to work. There are people who need to go back to work to provide for their families, right? So this kind of time that we're in right now, it can be a reminder in a sense of how the Great Depression was. Obviously, we haven't spanned years, right? We have spanned at least a month and a half, and even at that, it's not quite the and that's not quite the as crazy it was in the Great Depression, right? Yes, we're dealing with something way different than the Great Depression. We're dealing with the virus. Back then, it was an economic downfall. It gets in a different sense, but we can see how essentially the work field is in the same sense. People want to go back to work in both areas, right? And we can see that. Okay. So we have seen how FDR comes in with new ideas, new programs, new abilities to try to work, right? And with that, he is trying to help rebuild America. He's trying to rebuild the American spirit and rebuild, try to re-energize the American people. And this eventually will lead us into World War II, with just a few years later, after the mid-30s, being attacked at Pearl Harbor and leading us into World War II. Okay. So with that being said, guys, hey, that's our chapter 23.b. B video lesson review today. Okay. Immediately after this, I will be sending you the quiz on your Google Classroom. Remember to finish that up, mark as done, both the worksheet and the quiz, because at the end of this week we are doing the grade progress monitoring grade 2. Okay. Yes, Isabella, I got your work. I see your comment there, and yes, I got it. Okay. So if there are no more questions, guys, you may be free to exit the video. I will be ending it here in about another 30 seconds, and I'll be going over to Google Classroom to send you the quiz. With that being said, guys, hey, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. I hope you and your family are doing good. God bless y'all. And this has been Coach Signs signing out.